Hello everybody, it's John Johnston with an instant reaction to the Nebraska Fordham game that just finished a few moments ago. 52-7 is your final score. How do we feel about this? I can tell you this. I wanted to burn things down or burn things up after the first quarter. Because Nebraska, Scott Frost goes out on the field, he does that pregame interview, and he gets asked, what do you want to see in this game? And he says, we want to see a clean game, and the first thing we see is a sideways pass for 2 yards, a fumble, and a horrific start to a game. Just a horrific start, at which point my wife decides she's going to go to IKEA with our daughter, which was a good idea, and Nebraska really just looked like holy hell for a while. So what happened in this game? Because they entered the field and they, honest to God, looked like they didn't want to be there. They started out on both offense and defense very lackluster. But then they started getting it going. Martinez early on overthrew guys. And then for the rest of the game, he's suddenly like, pick a really good, accurate quarterback. He ended up 17 of 23, 250 yards, 254 yards, 1 touchdown through the air. But he looked really good. And suddenly Nebraska's offense and defense started clicking. So you can't really, I could go into my angry old man ranty bits about this, but I think it's, I don't want to, because I want to feel good about this. I want to have just 1 week where we feel good and we feel like, hey, maybe things are looking up. Maybe it's a lie, but we don't know that until next week. So let's enjoy today. Let's enjoy right now. Nebraska racked up 633 yards of total offense, 304 passing, 329 rushing yards. Only had 2 penalties. Two penalties, and one of those was a false start way late in the game by Brad Banks. Hate to use his name, but you're a lineman. You get called out for penalties. 2 false starts, I believe, there were in this game, so that's good. We had 1 turnover, a fumble by Logan Smothers late in the game. Logan Smothers hasn't seen the field at all, so, he's a young guy trying. And if you remember my prediction video, what did we want to see? We wanted to see a guy not named Martinez get into the game of quarterback. We saw Matt Masker hand the ball off at the final play of the game. I would have liked to see Heinrich Haarberg, but, they ran the ball a lot toward the end of the game to run the game out, and I, quite frankly, would have rather we threw the ball more so that we scored 70 points just so I could see Heinrich Haarberg in a football game, but, that didn't happen. I'm being whiny. Overall, a really good game. Offensive line looked terrible early, got their shit together. I don't think Cam Jurgens had a bad snap. Those are the things we look for. 10 different people ran the ball. Markese Stepp looked really good. 18 carries for over 100 yards, 101. Samori Toure looks like he is a football player. Only thing I had with what he did during the game was that he looks like he might take the place of Wan'Dale Robinson and that they use him too much, but he was in the backfield, but he didn't carry the ball up the middle like they tried to kill Wan'Dale last season. We have Markese Stepp for that now. Gabe Ervin only got 6 carries for 17 yards. We did get to see Jaquez Yant toward the end of the game, and he looks like a bowling ball type of guy. Sevion Morrison had 2 TDs, which was nice to see. 8 different receivers caught the ball. Samori Toure with 8 catches for 133 yards. Austin Allen, Omar Manning got into the game. Chancellor Brewington scored a touchdown. How's that for a name? Levi Falk was in there for 1 reception. And Alante Brown had 1 reception, but he made that move where he just juked 2 guys out of their shorts. A note for the opposition. Fordham linebacker Ryan Greenhagen recorded 30 tackles, and that was the new Nebraska opponent record. There's a full weekend of college football. College football is back with fans. Nebraska won, covered the spread. We could find things to complain about, but I'm not going to do that this time. Enjoy the week. You deserve it. Take care of yourselves. Go Big Red.